Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. And my enemies to lovers mug. So today's video is going to be my May TBR. You know the drill, but these are just going to be all of the books that I'm planning on reading in May. Now, you know by this point that I will be in Germany in May, so I am not sure how my reading experience is going to go, what I'm going to have time for, what I'm going to have access to, just kind of what it's going to look like. It could change, and it could be totally different than what I'm telling you now, but this is what I'm planning on reading. The first one is, well, a couple of these are actually anticipated releases of mine, but one of which is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Rachel Gillig is the author of The One Dark Window, the Shepherd King duology, and I really loved that duology, and so I was very anxious to see what else she would come out with. And this is book one in the Stonewater Kingdom, and I'm very excited. It says, a gothic, miscloaked tale of a prophetess who is forced beyond the safety of her cloister on an impossible quest to defeat the gods with the one knight whose future is beyond her sight. So she can see visions, and a knight comes to the cathedral with no respect for this, but one by one her fellow diviners start disappearing. So she ends up seeking the knight's help to find them. But the world outside is perilous, and only the gods have the answer, so she kind of has to team up with this knight because only a heretic can defeat the gods. So, interesting premise. It's very mysterious, but I'm very intrigued, and I just am going to read it because it's Rachel Gillig, like, just straight up. The next one, oh, I actually do have this. I got it recently. The next one that I would love to read is A Harvest of Hearts by Andrea Eames. This was also kind of an anticipated release, but this sounds really interesting. It's like a mix between Howl's Moving Castle and some foodie stuff, from what I've understood it to be. It says, in the beloved tradition of Howl's Moving Castle, a whimsical and unforgettable story of fantastic adventure, common sense, and the power of love to overcome the greatest obstacles. There must be a lot of baking elements and stuff because there's a lot of like cooking stuff involved and around this book, but I've been very curious about it, especially because it was akin to like Howl's Moving Castle, so I can't wait to read it. It says that everyone in the village knows what happens when the magic workers come. They harvest human hearts to use in their spells. But the main character, plain, clumsy, and practical, has never expected anyone would want hers, but when a sorcerer snags a piece of her heart without meaning to, she is furious. For once a heart is snagged, the experience is unpleasant. So she finds herself stomping towards the grand city to keep his enchanted house and demands that he fixes her before she keels over and dies. Or whatever happens when hearts are snagged. So it does sound very Howl's Moving Castle-esque, and I'm very curious about it. I've heard it's very whimsical and fun, so I'm excited to get to this, hopefully. The next one I would like to read is also one of my most anticipated releases, which is The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association by Caitlin Rozakis. Caitlin Rozakis wrote Dreadful, and I picked that up last year and loved it, so I'm excited to read her next book. This sounds hilarious as well. It says, two parents and their recently bitten werewolf daughter try to fit into a privileged New England society of magical aristocracy. But deadly terrors await them, ancient prophecies, remorseless magical trials, hidden conspiracies, and the PTA bake sale. When Vivian's kindergartner, Aria, gets bitten by a wolf, she is rapidly inducted into the hidden community of magical schools. Reeling from their sudden move, Vivian finds herself having to pick the right sacrificial dagger for Aria, keep stocked up on chew toys, and play PTA politics with sirens and nymphs and people who literally can set her hair on fire. As Vivian careens from hellhounds in the school corridors and demons at the talent show, she races to keep up with all her arcane secrets of her new society. Shops only accessible by magical portal, the brutal trials to enter high school, and the internal inferno that is parents' WhatsApp group. The looming over everything is a prophecy of doom that sounds suspiciously like it's about Aria. Vivian might be facing the end of days just as soon as she can get her daughter dressed and out of the door. Like, that just sounds unique and funny and good. And so I'm very excited to read more of Caitlin Rozakis' works. Another one I would like to read that actually comes out in April is The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. This is kind of an anticipated release of mine as well. But it sounds like there's a lot of different houses in this, and it like dark academia, but they're different in different like sectors, like Hogwarts houses kind of a thing. I'm very curious about it, and it sounds good. But it says, from an electrifying new voice in epic fantasy comes The Raven Scholar, a masterfully woven and playfully inventive tale of imperial intrigue, cutthroat competition, and one scholar's quest to uncover the truth. Let us now fly to the Empire of Orun, where after 24 years of peace, Bursan the Bursk must end his reign. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, 7 contenders compete to replace him. They are exceptional warriors, thinkers, strategists, the best of the best. Then one of them is murdered. It falls to Nima Kra, the Emperor's brilliant, idiosyncratic high scholar, to find the killer before the trials end. To do so, she must untangle a web of deadly secrets that stretches back generations, all while competing against 6 warriors with their own dark histories and fierce ambitions. Nima believes she is alone, but we are here to help. All she has to do is let us in. If she succeeds, she will win the throne. If she fails, death awaits her. But we won't let that happen. We are the Raven, and we are magnificent. So it sounds like a competition, check. Mystery with the, like, we won't let her. Interesting, cool. And just, like, politics and trickery and magic. It all sounds really cool. Very excited. And then one I would like to get to that I've been meaning to read for a very long time, and it's kind of like an old school book, is The Winner's Curse by Mary Berkowski. And from what I know of this is also like a competition, YA fantasy, but it says, winning what you want may cost you everything you love. As a general's daughter in a vast empire that revels in war and enslaves those it conquers, 17-year-old Kestrel has 2 choices. She can join the military or get married. But Kestrel has other intentions. One day, she is startled to find a kindred spirit and a young slave up for auction. Arin's eyes seem to defy everything and everyone. Following her instinct, Kestrel buys him with unexpected consequence. It's not long before she has to hide her growing love for Arin. But he too has a secret, and Kestrel quickly learns that the price she paid for a fellow human is much higher than she could have ever imagined. Set in a richly imagined world, Winner's Curse by Marie is a story of deadly games where everything is at stake and gambling is whether you will keep your head or lose your heart. This is like got a lot of hype behind it. It's like a pretty well-known YA fantasy series, and I've been wanting to get to it for a long time and just haven't yet. So hopefully I can get to it in May. Those are all of the books that I hope to read in May, unless something else happens, which we all know could happen. I would love to know what you're planning on reading in May if you want to leave me a comment down below. But as for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.